If you don't think that something is wrong with the shit that I'm about to show you, then something is wrong with you. So they're saying that they lowered the age of dependence from 18 to the age of 7. You heard what I just said? They lowered the age of dependence from the age of 18 to the age of 7. So they're saying right now that your 7-year-old is responsible enough to take care of a household. Oh, you think I'm playing? Look at this shit. Listen to this shit right here.
Dependence from 18 to 7.
7.
Listen.
So now, if you have an 8-year-old child, it is the belief of this administration that that child is self-sufficient and could work and support the family.
I don't know where this shit is going, but it don't seem like it's about to go the right way. How is it possible for a 7-year-old, an 8-year-old to take care of family? So you have Florida, then you have Iowa stating that these kids can work. Basically, what that says to me is that you're viewing these minors as adults. My question to you is, what 8-year-old do you know right now that's responsible enough to go to work, to get paid and take care of family? At that age, they're not even responsible enough to clean up their own rooms. So you're telling me the workforce is more important than giving these kids an education? Or what you're telling me is that these adults want to treat these kids like adults for a reason. And since we're on the topic, what type of jobs will these kids have? This is the question that we have to ask. You see, but this is the type of shit they do behind our backs when everybody is worrying about what's going on with Diddy's and the entertainment industry and what's going on in Hollywood with Justin Bieber and all of this shit that don't make no never mind or don't matter to what's going on with life. They make up laws and shit like this while we're not looking. And now we are in some real shit. When you're at those delicate ages, you shouldn't have a care in the world. But apparently, these people don't think that. Apparently, these people have something else planned. We need as much information as we can get on this shit, because this shit don't sound good at all. Pay attention.
Well. I got the information for you, brother. Because, see, one thing that I learned earlier on is anytime you hear something on the news, don't just take it on face value. That goes for the Democrat and the Republicans. But when it comes down to the Democrats, that much grain of salt. I ain't believing nothing they say because of things like this. You have people literally on the news pushing this propaganda. And then what that does, that hypnotize or confuses or charge up a guy like this to go and believe these propagandist talking points. And see, it's not only the guy on the news who's spewing that nonsense and pushing that rhetoric. You have people in Congress also pushing that rhetoric. So if I'm a Democrat, or if I'm somebody, not even a Democrat, just somebody listening on the outside, hearing this, I flip on the channel, I'm thinking, oh, whoa. The news just said Trump trying to do what? Oh, my congresswoman that I pay money to is trying to do what? Oh, nah, I can't go for that. Hold on. What'd she say?
Amendment. My amendment would strike an especially harsh provision in this bill that is rooted in cruelty, not policy. This simple, straightforward amendment would strike the work requirement provision in this big, bad, ugly bill that lowers the age of what we call a dependent child from 18 to 7. From 18 years old to 7 years old. So I'm abundantly clear, we're saying that 8, 9, and 10-year-olds are no longer considered dependent children. Where did this come from? Why is this necessary? Since when is a first grader not a dependent child? Preventing families with children as young as 7 from losing food assistance, that is what we're debating here.
And it's crazy. She is an elected official. People voted for her to be in office, to be able to dive and sift through these bills and actually know what's going on. And she is simply failing the people that put her in office, pushing this propaganda, pushing these talking points, pushing these lies, because it's simply not true. Like, people are really freaking out over lies. Trump SNAP proposal supposedly make kids work for food stamps. Really, bro? Like, we really believe that Trump is going to have these kids bagging up groceries. That's simply just totally nonsense. See, a simple Google search, 10 seconds, 20 seconds. Matter of fact, realistically, 60 seconds. You will be able to find out. This is about able-bodied adults. Able-bodied adults who have kids over the age of 7 have to work to receive benefits. Parents who have kids under the age of 7, simple, you get a pass. Real simple. But see, propagandists are out here yelling and screaming, talking about Trump is trying to take the food stamps away and starve kids. And it's crazy that people are really buying this thing. It's like a rigged game where the lies win, but the truth is stuck in the penalty box. It's like, why are we really falling for this? It's no way that we really believe this, because in America, guess what? We have child labor laws. So when I see things like this, I'm just thinking like, these people gotta be trolling. They gotta be trolling. It's no way. It's no way that anybody is falling for this, because I see a simple search on Google will put you right where you need to be. Check this out. See, you have right here one website. No, the government isn't redefining independence as age 7. What Trump SNAP bill actually says, right? And this is EEW magazine online, right? But I like this website right here, News Nation. Everybody knows News Nations by now, all right? And then you have the title below, is the government trying to lower the age of dependence? And then it's the 3 talking points of this article. You scroll down and you will see a claim made on social media that the federal government would be lowering the age of who is considered a dependent from 18 years old to 7 years old is false. No. I literally just seen the guy on the news. I just seen the guy on the news and the guy on TikTok and my congresswomen just say that Trump is changing the dependent. You know, this article lying. It's no way. Let's continue to read. As we scroll down, we see the claim stems from a provision in the budget bill dubbed the Big Beautiful Bill by President Donald Trump that adjusts the work requirements for certain food stamps recipients under the SNAP program. As we continue to scroll, the bill mention of the age 7 refers only to caregiving and does not redefine who qualifies as a dependent for federal benefits. Under the current rules for SNAP, work eligibility, non-disabled adults without dependents must work or participate in job training to receive SNAP benefits. Parents are exempt from this requirement if they have a dependent under the age of 18. And that's what's currently in place. But in the provision, in the law, and that's the Big Beautiful Bill, the bill to come, right? The law exemption is narrow and requires work or training unless a SNAP recipient is caring for a child under the age of 7. The bill does not change the following: the age of children who can be claimed as dependent on tax return. Come on, man. So all of those people on the news, the congresswoman, the TikToker guy, all lying, capping to you. Let's continue. The fact that children over the age 7 can still qualify for public aid and the legal definition of a dependent in the IRS and other federal codes. The budget is currently in the Senate. Come on, man. So why they lying to us? Why these folks continue to lie to us? Why they continue to lie to our face? You have the guy on TikTok. You have your congresswoman, and you have multiple people on TikTok that continue to lie to us. Why is that? You see, here's the deal. The SNAP proposal, all it's saying is, hey, you got no disabilities? Hey, your kids over 7? You gotta work. From the dawn of time, humans have always had to work to eat. My dad always told me, a man don't work, don't eat. You gotta work to eat. Real simple. I don't see what's so controversial about that. And see, liberals out here acting like it's so cruel to ask an able-bodied adult, hey, you want to benefit from the system? You got to put into the system. You got to go to work, because you got taxpayers footing the bill while you got other people just sitting back and coasting. Just sitting back and coasting like it's nothing. And in 2025, that is so unacceptable, because you have apps, job apps like Uber, Lyft, Grubhub, DoorDash. You have so many different options that you could partake in. And it's no excuse, because even if you don't have a car, I see this guy all the time when I go to work. He has a bicycle. He put a basket on the front, a basket on the back. And this man pedal all day, going back and forth, getting his workout in, and also delivering Grubhub and Uber Eats all day. And he stay in a luxury apartment, and he makes a living doing that. But see, we have people out here that says, well, that's too much for me. No, I understand. You're lazy. You're lazy, and you're getting over on the system. And guess what? I understand, hey, if there's a loophole, I'm going to take it. I also understand that too. But guess what? I also appreciate Trump in this bill clamping down on that, because it's unfair to the people that's putting into the system. So there's no excuse that, oh, I can't find a job, this, that, and the third. And you have multiple people taking advantage of this. Take a look at this lady. Let's hear what she got to say.
Day 4. Day 4 of no food stamps. Day 4 of not being able to afford groceries for me and my 6 children. Because somebody decided to report my TikTok income to the state of Michigan. So they took my food stamps. Not only did they take my food stamps, my cash assistance, my disability checks are on hold. They're not going to pay my rent next month. They're not sending me a check for my utilities that I get every month. How the hell am I supposed to survive? All of my welfare benefits cut.
Good.
So I go from over $10,000 a month in benefits that I've gotten for the last 13 years to zero. Zip. Zero. Not only that, they are expecting me to pay it all back.
Good.
Since I've been making money on this app. Because of you guys. Because the trolls. So now, since you guys are the ones that got everything taken away, I have over 230,000 followers. Okay? I need everybody
Let me hold
to get
one.
together as a team and support me and my 6 children like you should be. Like a taxpayer is supposed to do. This is your fault.
Wow. When I see things like this, it's like, it's no way that's a real video. This lady has to be trolling. Has to be. Because the entitlement of this lady to be making money off of TikTok obviously has to be a substantial amount if, you know, the government comes in and they see how much she's making, and she has 6 kids and she's a single mother, and they take it all away. 230,000 followers. Who knows how many ads she's running or what the engagement is, but she's making money. And obviously, she was lying to the government in some way, because she wasn't reporting the income. Somebody else had to go and snitch on her. And that's what I'm just like, yo, this lady has to be trolling. To come out here, being finessing everybody, or finessing the system, eating off of the system, getting all the food stamp and these benefits, where you have working hard people that can't even get a dime. They basically paying her to finesse the system. I would have reported too. Because it's simply unfair. It's unfair that I gotta pay back taxes every year while you sit on your toot and just lay back, have babies, possibly no man in the house, couldn't be no man in the house, and receive all those benefits. Who do you think you are? See, you have people like this who will never take accountability. These the type of people that's been riding this gravy train for so long, they don't know nothing else. See, they been sitting back getting fat off the gravy train to where once it's over, they don't know how to take accountability and understand, listen, this program that you was taking advantage of was only to help you get off your ass and back onto your feet. And now you're back on your feet. It's time for you to provide for your family. But no, because you've been sitting back on this gravy train, taking advantage of all taxpayers and the government assistance that's been provided to you, you feel entitled to point the finger at taxpayers and say, hey, you still need to continue to do what you was doing, even though I was finessing you, even though I'm not even going to say it, hitting you from the back, no Vaseline. Ah, man. But see, let's get back to the misinformation and the propaganda that's being pushed amongst the people.
Trump is changing the dependent age from 18 to 7. So I just need to know in August, are we sending them back to school or are we sending them to work? Because if the dependent age is now 7, you trying to say they dependent. If I'm not mistaken, back in the day, they used to work at that age, right? So is he trying to tell us that they need to go back to work? Because I don't think Trump know that these kids ain't regular kids. These kids will flip out if they ain't got they tablets. Now, is we putting them in IT? Is we teaching them kids how to code? They might like that. They might like that. We're going to have to figure out them some jobs because they ain't going to do regular jobs. They barely listen to them teachers. Like, these employers is about to catch hell. They going to be babysitters. And don't put me at the same company as my kids. I don't want to work with them.
This lady has to be trolling. One, nothing what she's saying is making sense. Two, what does it say about your job? I don't know what type of job this girl, she might have a good job. I don't even know. But the way she's coming off in this conversation, what does it say about your job that you believe that your 8-year-old child can be able to work or possibly work, or Trump could possibly in your world put them at your job and you work with them? So you saying your job is so easy that an 8-year-old can do it? Come on, man. Come on. If that's the case, then you deserve to be replaced. Them 8-year-olds deserve to be there in your world. Because that simply doesn't make sense. So it's just like, slow down, buddy. Think a little bit. Does that even make logical sense that Trump would possibly or could possibly, or you even fathoming the thought that your child could work at your job? What does that say about you and the decisions that you made in life? Come on, man. Just slow down and think a little bit.
You got to be with them at home. Like, y'all done already took them out of school, so now y'all want them to work, and then don't put them as the same company as me. Like, this ain't gonna work. This ain't gonna work. Like, and how much is you paying these kids? Because if you my 7-year-old need to be, he needs to get paid well. He can't work for pennies, so that ain't gonna work either. Then you can't even disrespect that kids. Because now they got to leave their job to go to this job. They're going to probably, oh my Lord, Trump ain't thinking this out.
Look at what the propaganda does to their targeted audience. They can't even think straight. They can't, look at how she's struggling to put this conversation or these thoughts together to put it on this video. I'm surprised she even put it online after listening to herself. She sounds very ignorant. She do not sound intelligent, because all you have to do is just slow down, baby. Just slow down a little bit and you will see that you sound crazy, and that the propaganda and the lies that they pushing sounds crazy. Just slow down.
He ain't thinking this out clearly. And then,
no, you're not thinking it out clearly.
The big families is definitely gonna get the most, like, to hit the most. Like them single parents, they got like 8, 9, 10 kids. They gonna feel it the most.
So the Republican Party in Congress are trying to change the age of a dependent to the age of 7. They want to classify anyone over the age of 7 is independent to save a few dollars in the SNAP program. So let me get this straight. Your new pint-sized independent is probably still in a booster seat. Your new pint-sized independent cannot cook dinner for him or herself. Hell, in 13 states, you will go to jail if you leave your pint-sized new independent home alone. Hell, I guess in a minute they're going to change the new pint-sized independent minimum.
Oh, and something a lot of people aren't aware of because they can't read and, whatever. The big, beautiful bill changes the age of dependence from 18 to 7. So you folks that get a big old check at the end of the year, income tax return for all of your dependents, they're over 7, no more. You can't claim them on your taxes. You can't claim them when you get benefits like SNAP. You can't. So how you...
Trump literally just said that if you over the age of 7 years old, you are no longer dependent. That 7-year-olds can go and work a job as if they were an adult. He's literally treating any child over 7 years old like an adult. And it's crazy because America is literally watching it happen. That means your 7-year-old is considered an adult. That 7-year-old, after the age of 7, they are no longer dependent on their parents. And the majority of the reason why he's doing this is because he said that over the age of 7 can no longer be claimed on food stamps. That if your child is over the age of 7, everybody know that the black families or whatever community, the white families, whoever's on food stamps, everybody knows that you get more food stamps per child. But Trump is literally saying that after 7 years old, you can no longer claim a child anywhere as a dependent, which is crazy. That means a 7-year-old can go and work the same job the parent works. It's so crazy, huh?
Trump.
This is America. This happens on the left. This happens on the right. But lately, not even lately, for a minute now, the left, man, oh my gosh. You had the lady in the video who said, yo, the big beautiful bill for people that can't read, obviously you didn't read. Nobody in none of these videos that I demonstrated read. I pulled it up for you on the internet. You could go take the bill, put it into ChatGPT. I did that as well. And you will see that's not the case. You have AI, you have Google, you have Grok, you have multiple resources. But you insist on falling continuously to the propaganda that's pushed through the big media machine. Instead of going to do your own research, just slowing down. And then you actually believe that there's going to be 8-year-olds in the work field. It's buffoonery. Simply stupid for you to believe that. And see, this is why every time I hear something on the news, I say, oh, and it catch my ear like that. I say, okay, they trying to catch my attention. They want me to have that reaction. They can only move me out of fear. The sheep, majority of the time, move out of fear. When I need the sheeple to move, I have to push fear amongst them to move them in the direction I want them to go. Look what happened during COVID. Nobody could think logically and critically for themselves. Everybody bowed down. Not everybody. A lot of people bowed down and trust the experts, and the experts was wrong. So why does that the same continuation of that pattern continues to happen? I would have thought during that COVID time, it would have taught a lot of people, left and right, to say, whoa, buddy, let's slow it down here. Y'all done burnt out of trust. We can't continue to trust you guys because we seen what happened when we entrusted you guys each and every time throughout history. You misled Americans. See, Americans want to believe in the government. See, Americans want to believe and entrust the people that they vote to put in office. But I'm sorry, my friends, We cannot do that. No longer. I'm even speaking to myself because sometimes I do it as well when it comes down to entrusting people on the right. I lean conservative. I lean more libertarian, but the conservative and Republicans lean more towards my ideas. And sometimes I do that. But I'm telling you today, we can no longer do that because we had people on both sides mislead us. And especially now, we have a lot of Democrats pushing a lot of fear mongering tactics. It's no way. This right here was a simple Google search that anybody fell for this. Anybody. Get off your toots. If you are an able-bodied adult, and go work if you want to receive some of the benefits. Simple. Very simple. Listen, I don't have to continue to beat a dead horse. You get my point. I think I showed you guys enough in this video. Listen, if you like, leave a comment down below and tell me, hey, you appreciate it, you don't appreciate it. Let me know you don't appreciate it. But if you like, leave a like, comment, subscribe. You know what it is. You are me, I'm you. We're one of the same body. Remember, keep your head up. Keep your nose clean. You save the world. You live forever. Peace.